Well, hey neighbors, do you like my mess? Welcome to the Shed Shop Outdoor Edition. Did chit caught on fire last night. This is an 026 for neighbor Mike, and I have the diagnosis of this saw on footage here on the channel. Well, it's not public as I talk right now, but it will be by the time you see this, hopefully, or maybe not. Who the hell knows? Anyways, so essentially, this saw was not running right. It was bogging in wood. He's had it serviced a couple times. Brought it to me. It had a couple of random little things wrong with it, like the impulse line. Ooh, that chain is tight. My chain is way too tight. I'm gonna have to loosen it, I think. It's way too tight. Yes, we will loosen it. And so I had it running, and I have footage of that. It just weren't tuning in, but I didn't want to run it very much, and I didn't have a bar and chain on it, if I recollect, because the rim sprocket was bad. Just got that in today. So it's brand new. That's butter. This is a brand new bar and chain, so I'm going to leave it a little snug, but that was really tight. And so anyways, I had went and checked the contacts on the coil and stuff, the iron and the magneto on the flywheel. I noticed they were dirty, so I cleaned them up, and then I came back out and restarted the saw, and it just caught on fire. I had noticed some spark over here. That, I mean, I run saws at night, but I've never really paid that much attention to notice if there's blue. I mean, I know when there's spark happening, but the spark is supposed to be over here, not down there. And so I looked real close, looked at his wires. I don't see any fraying, and so that's why I've got the top cover off right now, because I need to see things. And so now that I've cleaned all that up again, let the saw set overnight, there was no damage. I removed the recoil. It was just a little bit of a ball of fire, and I was able to blow it out right away with just my breath. And so essentially, I kind of want to see what's going to happen. And so, let me remove this man's information, damn it. Hopefully we can blur that out, or you guys can't see it. Damn, I thought I had that tag snugged up nice and tight up there. That's what makes it hard. I don't want to lose my tag and forget to tag my neighbor's stuff. So the footage is, I'm still learning the different things I need to remember. So anyways, I did realize, actually, damn it, we should be away from the AC. Neighbors, should we take a walk away from all this noise? Because I did you dirty, and you guys can probably barely hear me over there. So should we go over here in the shade, maybe? Would you neighbors like to take a walk with me? That's the mess. This is the yard. That's where we cut with the 266. This is my brush pile. That's my shitty, moldy, dilapidated trailer and our old falling apart tractor that we've deemed time for the graveyard. Would you like to let me have you get level here, neighbors? Is that better? Do you guys feel okay? All right. Let's do it. I don't know what the frame is now, so I'll just walk over here a bit. Hopefully I brought my damn adjustment screwdriver. I did not. Neighbors, you're going to have to give me a moment. Okay? You guys can talk amongst yourselves about what the hell you think about what we're doing here. Do you see this, neighbors? I just had one in my pocket, and I have gremlins that take these. Can you neighbors go down in the comments below? And when I say talk amongst yourselves, that means go down in the comments and talk. Can you tell me what your gremlins steal? Is it your cigarette lighter? Is it your change? Is it your dollar bills? Is it your vehicle? Who knows, neighbors? I have all kinds of chit come up missing. Just like, poof, was in your pocket, now it's not. What has that happened to you with, neighbors? Okay, neighbors, our saw is running a little rich, but the problem is it bogs in wood. So should we take a walk and find some wood to cut, neighbors? As our saw loads up, you hear that? That's the saw loading up on fuel. That's why it bogs when you first pull the trigger. But it only does it after you've let it idle for a minute. So, neighbors, I'm trying to think where my closest wood is. I suppose we can walk over here, neighbors. And, by the way, whilst we take our walk, I don't like shutting the saw off on purpose. One moment. Oh, shoot, you guys are crooked again. You guys mind staying crooked because my hands are... Do not do what I do and use a chainsaw in sandals. This is dumb. So, I don't have much wood here. It's dead and dry. I think one of the issues we're having is there's a lot of carbon buildup around our muffler, and so that's a lot of the smoke you're seeing. But the other issue is, I have noticed, I do believe that is because the muffler gasket is leaking. I don't think I have any for this saw, and that's probably why I cleaned it and put it back together that way for him. And also, when we're trying to figure out if a neighbor's saw is going to be okay, we don't want to keep adding $3 and $5 and $6 parts until we know that the repairs are going to be worth it. Because something like a gasket and a gasket and a gasket, sometimes you have to. On the carburetor side, on the intake side, if they're not in the greatest shape, if they're not in excellent shape, in fact, I unfortunately tell my neighbor, sorry, I got to put a new gasket on, because if I got air leak there, and that's the problem with your saw, I can't fix it, because I might not know that's the issue. Anyways, sorry I have to breathe so deep, neighbors. My body hurts real bad. Anyways, so essentially, I need bigger logs, so I'll have to go out into the woods a little bit over there, because just because a saw is not bogging in little cuts like this does not mean it won't bog in a bigger log. So for my neighbor, I'll go that little bit of an extra mile, because that's what we do here at the shed shop. We'll go out today or tomorrow, because it's getting late and I got lots of chit to do. I got Ace the Arborist backpack blower I can only work on whilst it's daylight, and so I've only got a few hours left to back pressure test his blower and see if we're going to be tearing that motor apart, or if we're just going to try changing the intake boot. We will see. Anyways, neighbors, so essentially that's going to be it. This has been Neighbor Mike's 026. He's had this saw since he was a damn teenager, and now he's got years on me. So he's had the damn thing a long time. It's sat for a couple of years. He's had it serviced a couple times, like I said, and it's still bogged in wood on him. And so it could have just been a tuning thing, but I don't think so, because I found a pinhole. You can see that in the other videos. I found a pinhole in his impulse hose, and so I think that was part of the problem. But nonetheless, we tuned everything up, cleaned everything up, and so now we just want to work out the kinks before we have our neighbor pick his saw up. Was it a redemption? No, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe sometimes redemption doesn't mean we go down and clean all the filthy, vile, nasty disgustingness off. Maybe redemption is this saw needs to get back to work, damn it. And my neighbor's had it a long time, and he's kind of like me. He kind of said, I don't really have any sentimental attachment to it, but I would like to get it running again if it's not going to be too much. And so that's what we did. And so like I said, we'll go the extra mile, because we don't want to send him off with a saw that's overheating or doing horrible things. It is hot. It's very hot, actually. The whole sprocket cover is very hot. I noticed its clutch was blue. And so there might be some kind of underlying issue, like a bad bearing that we don't know about. And that could be what's causing heat over here. But it hasn't destroyed the crankshaft seal yet, so we'll just make sure we're oiling correctly and everything else, because I haven't inspected any of that yet. And that's what I'm doing right now, neighbors. I'm just looking at things. I see oil. I see a decent amount of oil, but I also see some dry dust here. And so when I see dry dust, I think, is it dry because there's not enough oil, or is it dry because of my dead wood? Who knows, neighbors? We'll keep going. Okay, be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle. I love all 8 billion of you, damn it. Let's keep working on this saw, neighbors.